Cheers, welcome to my channel. Thank you for showing up. This is a general or collective reading from Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. Because it's a general or collective reading, this may or may not resonate with you. Parts may and may not. So just keep that in mind. And I also want to thank you for your likes, comments, subscribes. I really do appreciate them, as it's empowering me to build my channel. I'm going to take find the underlying energy for this reading at the bottom of the deck. Whoops, I've got my deck upside down. I don't take cards in reverse, as I like to just work with them all right side up, and the interplay in between them. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is a card of destiny. So this is talking about timing and the ability to follow the right path to get you to what you were here put on earth for. And the wheel represents, it's actually 3 wheels that are all turning in synchronization with each other. And so this card also represents synchronicity and the past, the present, and the future. So when you are listening, especially to a collective reading, the timing might be different for each and every one of you, because it might be something that's happening in the past or the present or the future. So just keep that in mind also. The first card out, I'm just going to double check that I have that position correctly, and I do, just so that I can make sure that you can see the entire reading. So this card is a card of disappointment. It's this person is sitting under the tree, and there's 3 cups lined up here, and the universe is offering him a 4th cup, but he's got his arms crossed and he's like, no, I don't want it. So he's kind of pouting. And the reason is because he doesn't understand whether or not, like, is this cup just going to be more of the same old shift where I feel disappointed? Or is this cup actually going to be different for me? And sometimes when we're working on a project, we need that 4th cup. So we'll see, because we do have destiny here. Okay, whoa. And then right here we have the 9 of Cups. All right. Basically, what this is telling me is, first and foremost, this person needs to change their attitude, because look, there's this potential for 9 cups, which the 9 cups represents fulfillment and like in all areas of life. And the thing about this card, though, is that it's a wishing card. So it's like a card like, oh, I wish I could win the lottery, or I wish that I would get a big inheritance or something like that. And the energy of wishing, if you're wishing for something, it means you don't actually have it. And what this card is saying is that there's something that is in your destiny, and the universe is handing you this other cup here. And you need to change your attitude about that, because you don't want to be caught in a wishing loop. Just because you're being handed something that is beneficial or has a lot of possibility doesn't mean that you just sit there, and you don't have to work for it. I'm just getting that some of the other disappointments perhaps this person has experienced have been because of an attitude kind of wanting it to just happen. And that's basically like a fairy tale. And when we're on this earth, we have to make things happen. And that's kind of what this card, you can see the person is sitting on a stage. Now, are those cups right above his head, or are they in the background on a shelf? And so this energy is his body language on the bottom. Both his feet are turned out, and they're leaking energy. In body language, that's like leaking energy. And then on the upper half of his body, he has his, arms crossed across his heart, across his chest, and like saying, in this same sort of attitude. But it also looks a little bit like a genie. And if you look again, you can see that his arms are almost making the sign of the infinity symbol. So this is a card of possibility, and this person's very highly favored by the universe. It's a big gift that's being handed. Having said that, He's going to have to keep focused on the goal to be able to get that next cup. And if this is the cup, then he will have 10 cups, which is the most cups that you can have in the tarot. So take the cup. Get up and take the cup. There we go. So it looks like this person's taking action because now he's standing on the hill. The tree is gone, but he's standing on higher ground. And he has one boot on and one shoe on. So he was either in a hurry and grabbed the wrong footwear, or this is talking about this change from this attitude into a new attitude. Because this card is all about conviction, what you know beyond a word of doubt, and that you are going to take this action. And that's what the wand across his chest is indicating. Okay, I'm going to go for it. It's like he's protecting himself, and he's protecting what he already has like planted. And then we have the Knight of Cups coming in. So the Knight of Cups is coming in with this cup of this offering. Is this another cup? Is this the cup that he did take, is what I'm getting? And so when I look at this, I'm like, okay, I'm not sure whether to take the cup, but there's a lot of potential here. He knows what he knows. He's going to fight for it, so he does take the cup. And this is a message, like a Knight brings in a message or some form of communication. And he's not in any real hurry. He's, he's got the cup in hand. He's the knight in shining armor. He's, his horse and him are both very classy and coming in. And I'm getting like, okay, he said he's going to take the cup. And now the energy is he's going to be able to move forward with it. And then we have the 10 of Wands, which is a card of like, you're almost there. You've put a lot of work in. You've planted these wands, and he can't see where he's going. It's like not being able to see the forest or the trees for the forest, because he's got all of these wands in front of him, and he's holding them all, and he's trying to get them all to this property, and he's so close. So this is saying you're so close to getting where you want to go. And this change that you made of being like taking this step and accepting this cup is going to allow you to get home. These are represent the burdens, or like kind of like trophies of his suffering to be able to get to this point. And but the thing is that he has planted these wands, and he's the one who put the reason why these wands are there and why he's carrying them is because of what he manifested in the past. So if any of these wands no longer suit him, he doesn't have to keep them, or he can keep them. But it's saying like there's 10 here and there's 9 cups here. So I think he's going to go the extra mile. It's saying that go the extra mile and accomplish your goal. Yes, and let go of the attitude of crying over spilt milk. So this represents someone who's in regret for past actions, like maybe took the wrong turn, didn't do what they thought they should do, or didn't do it in time. They were too busy contemplating, should I, shouldn't I? Let go of their focus, so they lost a cup. So this could be someone that was this close before, and then it didn't turn out. And that's basically what this card is saying. But these 3 cups that are on the ground could represent these 3. And now the 2 cups here are this one and this one. So it's saying let go of the disappointment. Focus, again, the word is focus. Focus on what is working for you. Double down on what's working for you. And just release the disappointment about these and move forward. And then destiny can come in for you. But it requires a tower. It's going to be a big change. And so this energy, like the knight isn't in any hurry to deliver this cup. the Knight is very sure that this cup is going to the right place at the, at the right time. So the Tower can represent sudden change, a reality check, something that has occurred to allow someone to move forward or force someone to move forward. So perhaps he didn't make the decision, is still sitting under that tree, but then something happened and bang, like it's like, okay, you're going to get up off your butt and you're going to make a decision. So we'll see here. This could be saying that that's the disappointment that he has here is because of this reality check, and that this reality check is allowing this to happen. It's allowing destiny to take place. So there's a lot of different versions that could have happened here. This could have happened in the past. It could be happening right now, or it could be happening in the very near future. And so it is saying that there's going to be a reality check, and the best possible outcome will happen if you get up and like keep your focus and continue to go after what it is you want. And then we have, whoa, the King of Pentacles comes in. Yeah, so this bottom line, I'm building a pyramid here, and this bottom line is what you're, like the basic needs that you have. And what I got this right at the beginning of the reading, that there needs to be a change in attitude to be able to manifest this. This row here are, what are the obstacles for being able to, turn this 9 of Cups into a 10 of Cups, cross the finish line, and, go and enjoy your harvest. And now we have the 10 of Pentacles. What it's going to require is letting go of the disappointment and moving forward in this new way. Sometimes when really disappointing things happen to us, at the time it's really, really hard. But sometimes, when you look back on things later, a lot of the times you say, oh my goodness, that was so hard. But thank God that it happened that way, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to achieve this or that. Or I would have really been in, I would have found out later that, I would have lost everything. So the King of Wands comes in now, and the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles are here. So the King of Pentacles, this change, this reality check over this disappointment, this person accepting disappointment and moving forward, it has a lot of potential here to make a lot of abundance. And the King of Wands sitting on this is saying, let go of the disappointment. You have to keep the wands, and hang on to this energy and make it move forward. Take that energy forward. Take this new wealth that's coming in for you, and take action on that and put it into the dream that you were working on, because this is giving you a second chance. Yeah, and there's a lot of competition here. So this energy is my Mean Girls card. So it's like all of this is adolescence. In the tarot, you don't see that many cards with adolescence on here. And they are in competition. And this could be a game, or it could be like the real thing. But like there's 4 participating, and then there's one that's sort of just standing back and watching and not really participating. And that's basically what this is saying. Like it's a lack of maturity regarding competition. So you want to recognize that if you receive like a gift from the universe like that, there may be some jealousy from the competition, but you're not really competing with other people. You're competing with yourself to not fall into this trap of giving up. Like, don't give up. That's what this card is saying. Don't give up. And then we have, yes, there we have it. Now, this person is now standing on top of the castle, on his turret, and he's surveying his kingdom from there. And it's, there's the 2 wands, and he's got one planted here, and he's got his hand on the wand again. So there's a lot. The wands represent the action, and they also represent actions from the descendants and the ancestors. So this is, and the King of Pentacles represents a legacy. Like the King of Pentacles is very steady, and the money or the abundance that is coming in has a potential to be a legacy for your family. Like, and so this, it's going to require a change, and that is what he's got, the globe in his hand. He now has the funds or what he needs, the pentacles he needs to be able to create this abundance. And so it feels like, you know, this is like the big fish in the little pond. It's time. You may be the king of your castle here, but it's a small castle in a small village. What you want is to now expand your horizons and move forward and expand your business, expand the project that you're working on, expand your horizons in general. Yeah. And I'm just getting that what this is saying is that's what the reason that there was failure in the past is because of this fear of being left out in the cold. And really, when you look at it, the competition, it's kind of like being different from the crowd. And now feeling like, okay, I'm going to go off on my own, and feeling like, oh, I don't fit in here. And human beings have a natural desire to fit in, to be part of the tribe. But quite often, if you're an innovative person and you're leaving your small town, a lot of times people in the town will be like, oh, don't, you know, they'll have so much advice for you. Don't move. You know, that's a bad idea. Like, do you know how hard it is out there? You know, they'll talk you out of, I'm just getting, he's been talked out of doing this in the past and was really disappointed after and thought that perhaps he had lost this opportunity forever. And then we have the Page of Cups. Ah, there we go. See that now, right on this card, we've got the universe offering this cup. And now the Page of Cups, this is representing his focus again. The focus from here, and look how he's focusing on that one cup. It's a fish in that cup, and so the fish represents like a fish out of water energy. It's like doing something very different, but look how focused he is on that fish. He understands there's plenty of things that he could do. There's plenty of fish in the sea, but he has chosen this fish, and this is the fish that he's going to focus his energy on. And so he's studying that fish, and he's deciding, okay, how am I going to go about this now? So it's good. Here, the first row, it's about him struggling with making the decision. And here, it's about him moving forward, facing the obstacles. And you'll notice the King of Wands, who is sitting on his throne, is an archetype for someone that likes action, that's ready for action, that has the authority to make things happen. And he's facing this way. So the decision has been made that he had decided he was going to accept the cup. He wasn't going to entertain any outside influence to talk him out of it this time, is what I'm getting. And here we have Judgment, yes. So he's possibly being judged and being, you know, people are making fun of him or whatever, because maybe what he wants to do seems out of the ordinary or not something that the rest of the people in the village would do. But he's already made his judgment. And I'm getting also, because the Judgment card, if you notice, like the three people in the boxes here, they represent skeletons in the closet coming out. They represent kind of like Pandora's box opening. And so that could be the reality check, is that in the past there might have been some hidden aspect that he wasn't aware of. And now perhaps the Knight of Cups brought that information in about this cup. And he, you know, that's when he realized, oh, okay, that's why I failed. And across the horizon there are another, like a family mirroring his family, saying, like, they're waving, hey, come over here. And the trumpet is blowing. There we go. And there he is, the Page of Pentacles. Like, I'm getting someone who is, you know, quite young and enthusiastic and maybe a little bit I'm just getting the word a little bit odd compared to the other people around him, her, because these are archetypes. This energy could be a young woman in her masculine energy also, as well as a young man in his masculine energy. But this, he's very focused on that pentacle now, and that's talking about this money that came in here. So perhaps it was an inheritance. Perhaps someone passed away, because that energy is also speaking of ancestors and descendants. And perhaps other people in the family or advisors were telling him, no, you can't spend the money on that. It would be ridiculous or whatever. And now he's decided, okay, I don't care what everybody says. I'm doing what I feel is the right thing to do to have the happiness and abundance in my life. And he's going in with an attitude, a change in attitude for sure. And it's like more enthusiastic, and okay, like the decision's been made. He's not, resenting it anymore. Look at that. Then fulfillment comes in. So here we have the wands now representing that action that he took. And this represents the two people that are behind these wands. They've passed through this portal. This portal is an 1111 portal. It's an energy of you have to go through the portal and create this new world. You can't just sit and wait for someone from the universe to hand it to you. But it was his destiny, so he was given, and that this just is saying, okay, you've got another chance here. And so this time he has chosen, okay, I'm going to go through there, and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to find the fulfillment that I want. This is also a card of marriage, so it could be that someone has decided to marry someone, and the rest of the people are saying, oh no, you don't want to marry that person. And there's it could be that kind of energy, or investing in a business or something like that, going to school for something that's not what the rest of the family has done, that kind of energy. And here we have the moon. So there's some hidden aspects here for sure regarding these burdens. And this is all about the actions, and the actions other people took, the actions he took, and the new action he's taking now. So the illusions, I'm just getting this is saying the illusions are now dissolved. He's no longer, he's gone through this portal, and you see these two columns here. It's like he's gone through here, and he understands what was hidden in the past. So he's able now to move forward, and he's got the sun and the moon. He's got the all the energy. He has the information he needs, and with his new attitude, he has been able to discipline his mind not to talk himself out of it. Because this energy that we're seeing right here could also very easily be someone that, talked themselves out of something. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So that's kind of interesting, because we have the marriage card and the illusions, and then there's all of a sudden now we have a Queen of Cups coming in. So this could be, someone that has decided to start a family with someone, get married or whatever, and because this is what you want to manifest, and then the courage to be able to move forward in that way, so that you're moving forward for your heart's desires. And it looks like he's overcome these obstacles to be able to make judgment about what he's going to do for himself, and he doesn't have any hidden illusions around it. The reality check came, and he got it. He understands what the reality check was about. The Queen of Cups is sitting on her throne, and she's holding that cup, and this cup is like a container, and it represents that she's like a container for love, and she's someone who's ready to be married. She's the most maternal of all of the queens in the minor arcana. So she's sitting on her throne, and she's focused on wanting a family, having her children, pets, abundance of love. And this is the most conventional queen of them all. So she would be someone that really wants to be in the tradition of marriage. So it could be something like that coming in. Or this could represent a man that's in his feminine energy and wanting those things. And we have, but with the marriage card here, it feels like the fulfillment might be like to find that perfect someone to share a life with. And now we have the Knight of Swords coming in, and he's in a rush, he's in a hurry to bring this information in. And it's sitting on the Queen of Cups and the Moon. So he might be on his way to this queen because he's facing there and she's looking in this direction and the marriage card is in the middle. So perhaps he's, in a hurry because he wants to make sure she doesn't marry someone else or that the deal doesn't fall through if it's something like that. So he's, the horse is stressed out. He's been really pushing the horse and you can see he's against the wind. So, and he's also in some pretty barren land. So it could be like that could represent his heart and, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose her. I need to make this happen right now. Okay, and then we have reconciliation. So the Six of Cups is talking about reconciliation. And I'm just getting that this is on some level, for some of you, this is a love story, almost of like someone that you knew from your village, and then maybe went away and realized, like, once you get out there in the larger world that, hey, I really want to reconcile with this person from my childhood or this person that I knew. And I want to maybe he's heard she's marrying someone else or dating someone else or something like that. It's kind of got that energy. Or that, there's been a discovery or something, of oil or gold or diamonds or whatever around that land. And he could go in and, use his money to really make that kind of thing, that kind of shift happen. Because we have the Six of Cups is the only card that actually has like flowers in all the cups like this. And it's like offering, a cup of love, a cup of abundance, a cup of your heart's desires. And that's what this row here is representing the heart's desires. And then we have, this card has been coming up a lot. To me, this card here can represent, this is interesting because it can represent someone who's a thief, who has stolen these knives or these swords from this village, this smaller village, and planted two here. And that could represent two people, like that kind of energy. So perhaps he's coming back to the village and, these swords, it could be a thief who has stolen them, but it also could be someone who snuck in and stole the sword so that he doesn't have to fight. It's about not telling anyone what he's doing. This card is a walking contradiction. It's if you look, he's looking backwards and he's looking at, this energy of reconciliation and he's moving forward. So he's not really looking where he's going. This card, regardless of the situation, is saying, make sure that, if you have any contracts or any proposals or anything like that, that you really look them over very well, especially at this time. We are in a Mercury retrograde where communication famously goes astray. And so it's saying like tiptoe through it. Don't advertise what you're doing and be innovative in the way you do it. It could be also representing someone that was tricked out of an opportunity by someone and now he has an opportunity to right that. Maybe there was some hidden aspects here and something was stolen from this person and now the information is coming out and he has the possibility of getting that back. There's so many scenarios in this one. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so now we have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So we have all like the elements represented here in different ways. So this could be someone or two people like that are embodying the energies of the kings and the queens, and or it could just be two people, like or two couples or something like that. This could be, because this sometimes means like a family reunion. This could have been some discrepancy within the family over an inheritance or land claims. I'm getting something like that. Like maybe there was some hidden, like I was picking up gold or diamonds or oil or, you know, something that the other family members knew about, but this person didn't. And now that has come to light. And so he's returning, maybe. It could be returning back here to claim what is his, or it could be that this new opportunity came up and he found a better place to go. In any case, the Queen of Pentacles is focused on the coin in her lap, and she's known for wanting quality over quantity, and she is able to make shift happen out of nothing. Like whatever she has, she is famous for being able to make that work. So this is about being innovative also. I'm just getting there's a lot of different scenarios that this could be. So just, you know, take what works for you and leave what doesn't. And now we're talking about the truth, or the speaking your truth here. And we have this looks like a real scary card. We've got 3 swords in the heart. But if you look at it more closely, you realize, oh, well, those are like more like pinpricks. They're not like really big swords. So this is something that this person can overcome. But I do feel like, because of this, it's sitting on the sword energy here and on this money, that and the message came in about this pentacle, that there was something that, because this could be taken as like a cliff with a cloud above it. Or you could, when you look at it again, it looks like the heart is in someone's throat. And, you know, there's the nose, and about not being able to, at this time, to speak their truth because they weren't there to speak it, is what's coming up. So there is some sort of hidden knowledge that's come out now, and it was spoken out loud, or the judgment came in. The judgment card can also represent like actual legal energy. That, you know, maybe some court decision was made, and now this person has an opportunity to regain what they lost here. Here is the Magician. So this is an upgrade in energy for sure. And the Magician is coming in, and the Magician has all the tools that he needs on his bench here. But he's saying you have to use the tools to be able to make it happen. And he's like right on top of this card with the fulfillment, which makes sense because the Magician has the ability to manifest at a very high level. And he's pointing to this reconciliation card and pointing above, as above, so below. So when we get to the next row, we're going to see what is he pointing at? Like he's pointing to this reconciliation. And that's like how to bring whatever this energy, this gift from above, how to bring this potential down to earth. And it's something about have this reconciliation or this reunion. Oh, wow, and look at that. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Interesting. Because look at, now the couple has gone through here, and they have all 10 cups. They have a family. They have everything they've ever wanted. Interesting energy. It'll be interesting to see what the Magician is pointing to. So the King of Cups comes in now. And the King of Cups is the most emotionally available king out of all 4 kings in the minor arcana. He also is ready for action like the King of Wands. And he, you know, he's sitting on his throne, but he's in the middle of troubled waters. There's like rough water all around him, a lot of emotions around him. But he's got his hand on that cup. That's the 10th cup from this card. And what this is saying is that by this person changing their attitude and being in control of their emotions, and not like making, you know, like moves that they'll regret later, like they maybe have in the past, that is the reason why they are going to be able to get this cup. And then look at that. Okay, this is what the Magician's pointing to. The Magician is pointing to the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card saying, like, now you need to know when to give and take, how much to give and take, you know, like who to give to, who not to give to, who to take from, who not to take from. And that's the Justice symbol. So I feel like some sort of judgment must have come in. And it feels like now, like this was a possibly a court decision or something that has allowed this person now to have control over this money, live the life they want, because they got a hold of their emotions and they didn't let their emotions sabotage them. And now they're in a position to give and take who they want to give and take to, and do it in balance with what will benefit them, their family, and possibly the whole village. Victory. Victory at the top of the pyramid. So this is a big victory, and and you notice it's not a victory because he sat there on his butt and didn't do anything. It's a victory because this is someone who's come back from battle and they've been victorious. And the energy I'm getting, it's a win for him, it's a win for his family, and it's a win for the entire town or the entire village, the entire business, the greater family, that kind of energy. Yeah, and we still have some people in the background there. There's some people that want to follow, and then there's some people that are still in this energy because he clearly did win this battle. It was destiny. And if we start from the bottom here and work our way up to the top and then back down the pyramid or the mountain, we've got, you know, this feeling of doubt and having kind of a bad attitude about it, but then choosing to take the cup and focus their energy on it. A judgment comes through and the pentacles are there, like the money's there to be able to make this work. The queen, as I said, is known for being able to really use what she has to make things work. So he's put the effort in now. I'm getting spoken the truth or heard the truth. And it could have been quite painful, you know, something he didn't really want to hear or something he didn't want to have to say, but stood up for himself and did so. And now has the ability to dole out in fairness, like in a more fair way with the scales in his left hand, the coins, the pentacles. And it's a victory. And it's because he was able to contain his emotions and not let his emotions get the better of him and decide, okay, I'm going to take that cup and I'm going to have this happiness and this fulfillment. And it does feel like it was like it's an all around everything, like everything he ever wanted. And this energy came in quite quickly. And it feels like it's interesting because of the Queen of Cups energy that it's around this woman, you know, or like this, if it was a man and a woman or a woman and a man, just take it how it works out. But it's someone that is marriage, like marriage material, someone that you would want to start a family with, and having a lot of abundance to do so and live really well because of that reality check because of something that happened suddenly. Really an interesting reading. It's kind of like the world right now. From one day to the next, it's just like, whoa. We feel like, it feels like we're always kind of fluctuating like a roller coaster ride, which the universe is quite often, but lately there's a lot of shift in the world right now, like a lot, on some real deep levels. And a lot of it is astrological energy. And it feels like at this time, a lot of people are sort of getting like a second chance or another opportunity to get it right. And the universe is saying, okay, but you're going to have to put the effort into this. You're going to have to change your attitude and move forward in a stronger way. Let's clarify this. This is my oracle, Tales from the Vector, TAILS. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I began it in 2007, and it's 64 paintings. And some of them are very large dragons. And so it took me until 2020 to finish the paintings. And before that, I was taking them out, the deck out into fairs and seminars, etc. But I didn't have the entire deck. And then in 2020, with the COVID, it shut down my ability to have live events. And now I'm just getting back at it on the internet here with you guys. And it's really interesting. Then I plan to bring this deck out as soon as I have the information. But I want to be able to gather the information from a broader base. And so you can, in the description below, I'll have the numbers of the cards. And I'm going to list them in the numbers that they appear when they appear in the reading. And you can go to talesfromthevector.com. TAILS, and take a look at the paintings if you want. I was having a little issue with my website, and they're on it fixing it. So hopefully, if it's not working properly, it will be in the next day or so. So dissemination is clarifying the destiny card. Yeah, dissemination of energy is like when there's like an elephant in the room, but nobody really can see the elephant. And it's kind of this energy of like believing in your own press. Like, and it sometimes represents political moves. It can represent like government decisions that change things in a profound way. It can represent like inheritance battles, that kind of like wills, that kind of stuff. But the dissemination of information is just a scrambling of the information so that the way it is said makes it hard for you to really get the true meaning. And it's also about like, if you feel like you're never going to make it, then you're like, here it is, your destiny to receive this, but you're in this mood where you're just like, no, I'm never going to get it. I'm not even going to try. That is not a good time to be believing in yourself. And so we have the Sagittarius energy covering that. So this is just clarifying, yes, here this is a decision whether to contract or expand. And so this person did decide to expand, and it worked out really well. And then we have the falling star. So that's saying that in some ways it was a matter of love. So it could also be about something you do love, and that is the unfettered. So when you choose to be in a place where you do what you love or go after the person that you love, it unfetters your energy. Like you're able to make decisions from a different place, like from the place of a cup, rather. You're able to take that action like on the cup, instead of on hidden aspects that you're not even aware of. We don't see a whole lot of swords really in this energy, except for here. And so this isn't somebody that was overthinking things. It was more like an energy of a bunch of actions that were taken that didn't work out. Yes, but now with that cup, this is talking about the Fool starting his journey, starting a new cycle in the major arcana. And the Fool, the first step is the Magician after the Fool. So the Fool is going in the direction now, after accepting this cup. The Fool is now going in the direction of his destiny, what God put him on the earth to do. And he can have anticipation for his for the outcome, like, and feel really good about it, because he's let go of the expectations of how it should be or how it should have been, you know, and the resentment also is what's coming up. And perhaps his pride took a good hit, you know, and he got into this space of really feeling burdened because perhaps he made a decision that was foolish instead of foolhardy. And now he's been given, I keep getting this opportunity, like if you put your focus on the correct cups, that you will be able to have the second chance and it will be successful. Yeah. And the need to be right is also a karmic space. And that's been coming up a lot too. So it's kind of like when you get in that energy of like, you just don't want to admit to yourself that, okay, I made a mistake here. The action I took was not beneficial like I thought it was, but you don't really have it in you yet to be able to admit it to yourself that, you know, maybe you made a mountain out of a molehill, you know. You're fighting for something that you didn't even really want back then at that time. And now, like, now that you know what you really want, you can let go of that need to be right and say, oh, I shouldn't, that was not a correct move to make, but I'm getting another chance. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put the work in. And that is the traditional structure, the Hierophant. That speaks of the judgment. The Hierophant comes in with, this also can represent courts, and also it can represent spiritual law. So when the Hierophant comes in, there's a judgment or a decision coming down. And then we have it up here. After this tower hit, there's a reality check. The Hierophant comes in to kind of look things over and say, what really happened here? And then we have father figures. So I keep getting the energy also that it could be something to do, because there's so many wands, there's so many ancestors and descendants involved. I feel like this could be perhaps someone in authority in the family, maybe passed on or whatever, and it has to do with a will. Or it could be this Hierophant is known to be like a fair person or whatever, and they've come in with tradition. Like, this represents like courts of law, the way things are done legally, both on the spiritual realm and on the physical realm. Yes, and then we have the Lovers clarifying, being left out in the cold, and, you know, taking this, being in this new energy, taking action. So that sort of clarifies the marriage card, like that this is something that, and because it was a cup, that perhaps there was like a relationship involved, or, you know, a choice made that not to get married at the time, or not to propose, and then a regret after. There's the Libra energy. Yes, because we have that, when the Libra energy is the stage of life is when you're a mature adult and you're ready to socialize and to be like a married couple, to start a family. This is like another marriage card. So it definitely feels like it was some choice around that, or a lack of choice I'm getting. And we have anticipation versus expectation. So perhaps something happened between a couple or whatever, and it turned out like it wasn't how this person felt like it should have happened, and was upset because it didn't happen the way it was supposed to. And now, and so expectations create limitations. When you insist that things go exactly the way you thought they will, you're really limiting your options. And now you see that anticipation there is changing that attitude. Attitude can really get you far or not. Yes, and then we have the death, the transition. So quite often when we have a reality check come in, there's birth or death transition, but it keeps coming back to this energy of a father figure or someone maybe passing on, and it's sitting right on this card right here. So it could have been some sort of issue with a will, or I don't know, something like that. Or it can just say that this person gave up this traditional way that the village or the town or the city or country or whatever, the way of religion in their family, whatever, that this traditional way, that they chose a different route, and they're going, you know, this has caused death of the old way of being and rebirth of the person to be able to move forward in this different way. Then we have the third eye, being insightful. So really, and it's sitting right here, like my eye right away got drawn to this pentacle. So this, and it's on the magician and the speaking your truth. So I'm just getting some sort of insight was delivered, and that could have been through, you know, like this cup that was handed by the universe, and destiny, like that you were destined to find this out at some point, but it required being able to view life from a different angle than sitting under a tree disappointed, pouting. And then we have, yeah, like a toddler that didn't get their way. And look at that, because that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, is like being almost like the need to be right was so strong that they behaved kind of immaturely. And look at the give and versus take, and that's what this card is here, moving into now having right on this 10 of Cups, and this energy of, okay, I'm going to be more knowledgeable about give and take in life. That's really good. We all have lessons we need to learn, that's for sure. Nobody's born perfect, and babies don't come with a manual. So, you know, we don't always have the perfect childhood that is going to bring out those qualities that, oh, okay, now I know what to do exactly. Sometimes we have to, things are hidden, there's aspects that are hidden, and the way that we are brought up, sometimes we need to rethink it and decide, okay, I'm going to do it differently. It's all good. The dissension is, yeah, there could have been with this competition here. I'm just getting there was some immaturity here for sure, and it could have been on both sides, whatever. But now the energy is kind of like, I'm just getting people knew, and he didn't. And so there was people that did know and they did not speak up. They did not speak up for him. That's what's coming up. So if something's going on and it's like unfair, and you know it's happening and you're aware that it's happening, but you pretend you don't know, you're just as like guilty as the people who are doing it, or even more so, because the people that are doing it might not be in their right head, you know. They might, whatever, but you're aware, you can see it from both sides, and you don't speak up. That kind of dissension is like it's really hard to take. It's almost more hard to take than it is from the people that you expect it from. And that's kind of energy I'm getting, like expectations, anticipation kind of energy, the give and take of life. Yeah, and abuse of power is coming up. So, you know, this is about, we all have the potential to be able to abuse power. And sometimes, you know, when people all of a sudden are in a position of having power where they didn't have it before, they just don't know how to use it. It's not intentional, but it happens. And, you know, family, like it also speaks of if there is abuse that runs in a family, And people will say, well, when I grow up, I'm never going to do that. You know, like, I'm not going to be like my dad, or, you know, I'm not going to do things like my dad did. And then they end up doing it the same way, right? And it's kind of like abuse of power is justifying that energy. And so this actually, here we have like the karma being cleared for both the descendants and I'm getting also for the if someone passed on or whatever, that the card here showing the judgment with the ancestors waving to the descendants saying, way to be, like, now we're happy on the other side also. Yes, and we have the Pisces energy here. This is about authority. Yeah, accepting the victory. And this is energy, like, this is really deep energy. Like, it's not something like it's not surface energy. So this is maybe something that's been generational. And that's the beauty. Because like the King of Pentacles here represents a legacy, and so does the Page of Pentacles. It's like information that's coming in that you can really trust and that can create generational wealth. So this is like really going to benefit a lot of people and benefit the bloodline. So there we have it. This was an interesting reading. I enjoyed it. I hope you also enjoyed it. And I will be back again with you tomorrow. If you do feel like hitting that like button, go for it. And also, if you resonate, do consider subscribing. Thank you, and bye for now.